do you have any burning questions about using the Equiband, about getting results with the Equiband, or best strategies and tips and tricks for using the Equiband? Well, basically, I started the channel to track my Equiband journey and in the process help anybody else that was also facing the same struggles. And then along the way, you guys started posting a lot of great questions on a number of videos. And so I figured that I would make this series where I answer all of these questions in a video, because if one person asked, chances are more than one person has the question. So I hope that this helps, and I'll probably make like a compilation with all the questions in one, but then also break them out into individual videos as well. So, and I'm not trying to dox anybody who's asking me these questions, so I would just like to say up front, thank you for asking these questions, and if you want recognition, I'm more than happy to tag you in it or things like that, of that nature. But anyway, I went back and forth on it because on one hand, I don't want to discredit people for the questions, but then on the other hand, I wasn't trying to dox anybody who didn't want to, be public on the internet. Okay, so our next question is, hi, I'm just starting to use the Equiband after finding out that my horse, 9 years old, has unstable weak stifles. I wonder if it gives me the same effect if only walking. And also, for how long of a time do you do 10 minutes before you add more time? Did you add like 5 minutes more for a few weeks, or how did you do it go achieve where you are today with your 12-year-old? Thanks for great videos. Okay, we made it. So there's a lot of questions in there, so we're gonna go one at a time. So the first one, just starting to use the Equiband after finding out my 9-year-old horse has unstable weak stifles. I'm really sorry to hear that. And unfortunately, horses, while being like extremely durable, can also be like irritatingly fragile. So I'm really sorry to hear that. And but I'm glad that you have the Equiband, because it's going to help build strength so that he can use the other parts of his body to compensate for the weak stifles. So the first one is, I wonder if it gives the same effect if only walking. I'm gonna say yes, because when I first got started with it, I was rehabbing my horse, so I was only allowed to walk. It took like at least a month in my rehab program to start trotting. So if you can only do it at the walk, I'm going to say putting it on is better than not having it at all. And the walk, believe me, when you use it for that first 10 minutes, if the band is fitted properly, it's going to be a true workout for them. And you're going to see the nostrils, you're going to see the breath, you're going to see physical ramifications of how hard the horse is working. And with that being said, be careful. I mean, I know you're working with a vet, so be careful though that you're not pushing it because you're trying to compensate for the fact that you can only walk. Believe me, the walk is, if that's all you can do, then you're still gonna make an impact. You're just gonna go a little slower. And because I was rehabbing my horse, I understand I had to take the slow route. So I'm gonna say yes, the effect is the same. It's just gonna be a little bit of a longer road, which, like I said, I took the long road, loved the results. So we all gotta ride our own ride. Okay, next one. And also, for how long time did you do the 10 minutes before you added more time? Now, I've answered this. This is actually a very common question because I've already answered it 3 times in three other questions and 3 other videos. And the answer is your horse is gonna have to tell you. So when you initially do your 10 minutes, you're gonna do like a physical assessment, which I can link that video. You're gonna do a physical assessment of how your horse is handling the workload. And then from there, you're gonna be able to see okay, the next 10 minutes, was it equally as hard or did they get a little better? Was it easier for them or was it the same? And as soon as your horse is showing you that what they're doing is getting easier, then you can increase it in one of 2 ways. You stay at 10 minutes and you increase the resistance of the band, or you keep the resistance of the band as it is and you increase the time. And I'm gonna lump this in with the next question because it says, and did you add 5 minutes more for a few weeks, or how did you go to achieve with my horse? So I'm going to say yes, I added it in 5-minute increments. However, also because he was doing rehab, the rehab schedule was the one that dictated how many more minutes I was adding, and rehab is exceptionally long. Like every week you're only allowed to add like 1 or 2 more minutes at a time until you get to 25, and then that's when you start getting checked and all this. So rehab is a really slow, steady process, and so I would say that adding 5 more minutes is a reasonable amount of time. Like, so if you're gonna do your 10 minutes, assess how they're doing, and then they feel ready for the next step, I would say going to 15 minutes, keeping it at the same resistance, is a good next step, especially if your horse is in recovery mode or building up strength to hopefully build up a bit more to be able to compensate for his stifles. But 5 minutes seems like a good amount of time to tack on to that 10 minutes when your horse says that he is ready. I don't know if we said he or she, but when your horse shows you they're ready for more time, I would say adding 5 minutes is a perfectly reasonable amount of addition to add. And like I said, the other option is you stay at 10 minutes and then you increase the resistance, but only do one at a time. I loved building the Equicourse because I was able to take all that I learned, all that I know, and actually build something so that somebody could, from the beginning, they're going to be like, I don't know how to use the Equiband. And when they get to the end of the course, they're like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do with the Equiband. But the one big variable is you and your horse. Side note, that was me setting my alarm for PM instead of AM, which explains why I did not get up at the right time this morning. The point is that the big variable here is you and your horse and you tracking your horse. For instance, when you go to the gym and you're going to start at this workout, and then when that's easy, then you add a little bit more each time. So you just have to work with your horse and audit how hard and easy it is along the way and make judgment calls. And I'm going to say that horses not all horses are naturally like hard workers. So if your horse comes out one day and they're just like, I don't want to do it, like sometimes you have to be the cheerleader to be like, you can do it. And my horse is exceptionally lazy. He's very talented, and so it makes him somewhat lazy. And I will say that there were some days where he was like, I don't want to do it today. And I was like, you can do it. But that comes down to your relationship with your horse, where you know that like, is what you're asking them to do within their capability or not. And when they say, yes, that was easy, I can do this, then, you stay there until you're ready to up it a little bit. And then you stay here until you're ready to up it a little bit. And so with me not knowing anything about your horse, it's hard for me to give you like a definitive answer, but I would say that adding 5 minutes is totally reasonable as long as you're not also increasing the band intensity by like 5 inches. So I hope that your horse's stifles can benefit from a stronger core and a stronger hind end, because I feel like there's a chance with the Equiband that using the Equiband would help eliminate some of those injuries and instabilities, because if they were actually able to use their hind end muscles better, they might be able to use their stifles better and not be so unstable on them. So that's just a working theory, and obviously I don't have enough horses to have a data set, but it's a theory I have because of the results I've seen with the Equiband. And thanks for the great videos. Thank you. I really, really appreciate comments like that, because one of the reasons because I don't get paid to make these videos, I made them because when I first got started with the Equiband, I didn't have anybody to show me exactly what to do. And the vet did give me a rehab plan, but when it came to the Equiband, they basically said, Google it. And when I did that, there weren't very many resources. And so the fact that these videos are helping people to this day is just very validating. Is like why I started making them and why I started sharing them and why I continue to make them. So thank you for watching, and I'm really happy that these videos have helped you. So I hope you enjoyed this video on this question that I got about the Equiband. Please keep the questions coming, because chances are if you have the question, somebody else has the question, and I can't read your mind. So if you comment on the video your question, there's a very real chance that your question is going to end up in a video, and you'll get your answer, not just in written form, because I have responded to all these questions as well. This channel is trying to continue to help educate people on how to build the best Equiband program for their horse and get the results, the amazing results that I've seen. I used the Equiband back in 2021 and it is now 2024. In addition to the fact that it was a game changer on my horse's rehab, the benefits of him being able to use his body better, transcended his rehab. And I'll link my reaction video. I did a side-by-side comparison of before and after the Equiband, because one of the things that he improved upon is his straightness. That the results that I've seen with the Equiband were not just beneficial to his rehab, they were beneficial to how he uses his body to this day. And if you do this right, if you build the program right, if you build up that strength right, it doesn't mean you have to use it forever. It means you have to use it for an amount of time that enables them to use their body better, and then you can use it as more of like a maintenance tool. You don't have to use it all day, every day. It's like a workout program. It's a workout regime. Not everybody struggles with the exact same thing. If you give your horse more strength to do the endurance test, whatever your endurance test is, whether it's jumping, dressage, eventing, Western, racing, it doesn't matter. If you give your horse more strength in their ability to do the work, then the work can get better. And so I hope that these questions have helped, because I guarantee if one person has the question, more than one person has the question. So keep the questions coming and I will keep answering them. See you on the next one.